Welcome back to our educational series. Today, we're going to talk about a pre-renovation tips, which is something that a lot of people don't know. As our title suggests, it is don't sell your house too early. Why? A lot of people don't know that if you cannot get a bank loan, you don't have to sell your house immediately, very close to the timeline of the key collection. For example, if you're collecting your keys in Q1 of 2025, don't sell your house until you get a confirmation date from HDB when you're getting your keys. Okay, why are we sharing this? It's because recently we have a lot of homeowners that sell their house too early. They left not enough time for the renovation, or in fact, they haven't even gotten their house. There is no renovation that can be done because the house is not ready. HDB has not released the key to them. And what we are faced with is a situation whereby homeowner has no place to stay, no house to renovate, and they are stuck. That's really, really bad. Okay, so how to calculate the timeline? You should be waiting for the email or SMS from HDB that you can collect your keys. When they can collect your keys? For example, they give you a date, 30th November 2024. Okay, with that, then you start to proceed to sell your house. So this date should not be an estimate. That means this is a confirmed key collection date with an appointment, with a timing. If you have emailed to HDB and they give you an estimated date, don't trust that date because that date is a predicted date. If you trust that date, you will end up like a lot of my customers with no house to stay. Okay, so what's the correct one? Wait for the appointment date that comes in for key collection, then you sell the house. Then you'll be thinking, then I cannot collect the key on 30th November. You're right, exactly. You will have to wait to collect your keys about 3 months time. You only sell your house upon getting this email or SMS, which is usually about 2 weeks before the actual date. So 2 weeks before 30th November, you'll get an email or SMS from HDB. Then you can start selling your house. So marketing will take you maybe 2-3 weeks. By the time you sell your house, it's easily 3 months later. So you do not collect your keys in these first 3 months, where other people are collecting their keys. Why is this the case? This is because there are many factors that affects the key collection date. Example, for safety issues, if the building is not completed, HDB has not finished the checks, the lift is not ready, the open areas or rather the common areas are not ready, sometimes HDB will delay the key collection because it has to be safe enough for the residents to start to move in. The important common areas like your car park, your lift, all this must be ready. So with that, if you try to guess the key collection date by estimating and using your asbestos and 自己算用算盘自己算, that is not going to be correct, and most of the time with that kind of guess, you will fall short of the timeline for renovation or even collecting the keys. Okay, so the correct way, or rather our advice, okay, there's no right, no wrong, but our advice from seeing so many cases is that don't sell your house too early. You want to only sell your house once you get an email from HDB, then you go to HDB and delay the key collection just by email and tell them that I haven't sold my house, I will have to delay this key collection so that there is enough time for renovation. And remember, when you sell your house, you need a full 3 months extension. And this 3-month extension, when the agent submits the papers for you, and when you're signing your OTP with your buyer, you need to tick on the correct 3 months extension. That means both parties agree, signature, and after that submission in the system, the agent has to tick the 3 months extension as well. All these steps will ensure that you have a legal 3-month extension stay in your property that you have just sold. So upon collection of the keys, which is also the same as your completion date, or slightly after your completion date, you have the money come back to your CPF and bank, go in and purchase your BTO, and after you collected your BTO keys, now you can start your renovation. With the 3-month extension, just right, this is your renovation period. So this video is more for customers or consumers that cannot get a bank loan because of their age or financial difficulties, they need to sell the existing house in order to purchase the BTO. So with that in mind, not all consumers or customers need to listen to this video and then plan your selling of the house according to this. If you are able to collect your keys without selling your house, you have the financial capabilities, you have the hard cash, you're using your extra CPF, no issue. You don't need to wait for this timeline. Or you can, in fact, you don't even need to sell your house. Which I would advise, don't sell your house because the renovation and the defects can take very long. So if you are the group of customers that can purchase the house without selling your old house, then it can also help you. Why? Same thing, you should not be selling a house. You should wait and then calculate from where you get your keys and enter to your house, and then let us check the defects, and then let BSC rectify the defects, then calculate your renovation time, then after that, then you go and sell your house. This is the more prudent method of how to approach the timeline of your renovation and your selling of the house. Why is this the case? Because there are a lot of things that can influence the timeline of when you should sell the house. For example, during the defect check when you first collected your keys, you can face a delay of a long time. Example, we will tell you why. The appointment to book the BSC officer to come into your house to check all the defects with you, walk one round, it can take a long time because our experience is that some of the BSC, they have limited time slots per day. My record one was 9 time slots a day. Imagine the whole block has 600 houses. Divide by 9 a day, you can wait up to 1 or 2 months to get your time slot. That is just to get the BSC officer to come out and check your house. Then the defects rectification can take 2 weeks, all the way up to 3 months. That's our record. That means 2 weeks finish is the fastest. 3 months later then finish the defects is also the longest that we have seen. All these does affect when we can start your renovation, because we are not able to start the renovation without your completion of all the defects rectification. Why? Reason being, can you imagine if there's 2 groups of people working? Your BSC workers are rectifying, let's say, the flooring, they're hacking the floor and redo all the ponding issues, and then we go in and try to fix the toilet glass door for you. It's not possible. 2 groups of people cannot simultaneously work on the project for reasons of just unable to manage the project properly, or the timeline just don't match together. And also, thirdly, is because if there are 2 groups of people, who do you allocate the responsibility to when you discover another defect? Example, let's say some worker accidentally broke a floor tile by dropping a hammer or something onto it. Which worker dropped it? You don't know. But if your timeline is very straightforward, that means now it's under BSC rectification stage, then this BSC will be repairing the floor tile for you. If it's during our renovation stage, if my worker dropped a hammer, we broke the tile, we will repair the tile for you. This kind of clear demarcation of liability is very important for the renovation or construction trade. This is because homeowner will have a very clear-cut answer on who is responsible for the defects that is spotted during the defects rectification stage or the renovation stage. The average renovation time frame is about 12 weeks. So when should you sell your house? How to calculate the entire timeline? Usually when you sell your house to completion, it's about 3 months. It can be shorter if you go for earlier submission of the documents. So let's just call it 3 months. So from the 3 months selling date to completion, this is an important part. Don't sell your house early. Sell when you get your appointment date with HDB, key collection appointment date. After you have reached a completion, this is the time you collect your keys from HDB. That means after completion, you get the money come back to your account, take the keys from HDB. Then thereafter, this is also when you start your renovation. Renovation will take 12 weeks. 12 weeks to finish, then you can start to move in. So the entire time frame you should be looking at should be 3 months from the day you sell your house to completion, and then 3 months for renovation. So the whole time frame is about 6 months. Of course, you can speed up the completion, the front part, from 3 months to about 2.5 or 2 months, depending on your buyer and seller. They are able to do the fast paperwork. you can, provided you already know the key collection date from HDB. Because if you don't know, you're at the risk, you actually speed out the process. It's actually very bad for you. So remember, for homeowners that don't have a chance to take a bank loan, you need to follow this timeline. For those that don't need to worry about selling your house, you can already get your keys anytime because you can pay off for your new BTO with your hard cash or your CPF without taking a bank loan. Okay, then that's different. You can actually don't sell your house also. Okay, don't sell your house, because why? You sell a house early doesn't help you at all. You have no place to stay during the renovation. Same thing, get your keys, then HDB will give you 6 months from the key collection date to selling of the other HDB property. So you actually have 6 months. So those that don't understand or don't know or don't have this information from HDB, we are telling you now, as of 2024 November, we have from HDB is that the rules from taking your BTO key to selling off your other property is 6 months. 6 months. So you have a lot of time for Reno, for defects track before you actually sell your house. Of course, selling off your house, it doesn't mean you have to complete within these 6 months. If you can't complete within these 6 months, you already sold your house like on the 5th month mark because it took some time to do the marketing of your property, it's fine. Because you already signed the papers, you're exceeding by another 2 months or something, HDB will give you leeway. So it's okay, don't have to worry or be too worried about when to sell the house. Get the keys first, then do the defects check, start counting the time from there. That is the most important point I want to share in this video. So with that, we come to the end of the video. We'll see you in the next one.